one more step.
Stop. Orbit them. Don't shoot.
They're about to attack us.
There must be 1,500 living beings in that colony. Do you have enough bullets for everyone? Leave it to me.
What is she doing?
I beg you. Take me with you. I've calmed them down. They won't attack us until sunset.
But what are they? We knew nothing about such beings on Earth.
According to the prevailing theory, they were parasites aboard the mother's ships. The desert proved to be an ideal habitat for them. When they're settled, they're usually not aggressive. But when they're expanding into new territory, extreme caution is essential.
I'll never be able to repair the shuttle in time. I'd have to take apart half the hull just to see how damaged it is. So we're stuck.
You have to go. I won't be able to calm them down anymore.
We won't make it across the desert. Even with our exoskeletons, the heat and Earth's gravity would kill us. And Lisa's from the asteroid belt. She wouldn't survive a day.
There's another survivor?
Yes. We'd better check on her.
I can't move.
You just put the exoskeleton on incorrectly. Let me take a look.
I feel so stupid.
She's a grounder. She helped us a lot. We haven't introduced ourselves yet.
My name is Zahra. I am a seeker of relics. May the waters of the mothers always accompany you.
The captain and Mr. Solis were standing near that console when it exploded. They took the entire blast.
I don't understand. That console never gave me any problems. I just had it serviced.
It wasn't your fault. The instruments detected an impact. It was probably an uncharted meteoroid.
Zahra?
Nothing.
Where were you headed?
New Shrewsville.
I'm afraid that's impossible. Even with my high-speed hover bike, it would take 3 weeks. The best I can do is take you to my hometown, Neoataria.
But how do we...
This is a commercial shuttle. Do you have a magnetic levitation cargo platform?
Yes. That's right, we do.
We'll attach it to my hover bike and tow it. I'll have to slow down. We'll be traveling mostly at night, but we'll be in Neoataria in 4 days. Neoataria has a small spaceport. From there you can travel anywhere you want.
I think that'll do.
Better than walking.
Now, we have to deal with the unpleasant part.
I think I've been very lucky. People from the asteroid belt are usually destined for menial jobs. Building ships, repairing hulls, assembling solar panels. I never understood what Dr. Solis saw in me. When he had the chance to come to Earth to study its greatest discoveries, he seemed happier showing me the Earth than studying the artifacts himself.
You don't like me?
You never spoke to me during these 3 days. I guess you don't like me. Well, I see. I'm scaring you. The fact that I could break every bone in your hand with a handshake would scare me too.
I don't feel comfortable here. Dr. Solis was my role model. I'm used to asteroids. Floating like a butterfly.
Lysa, your ancestors were born here. They lived here. They loved here. You are part of this world. Come on. Take off your boots.
What?
Take off your boots. Bare feet. Close your eyes. Breathe with me.
We're all connected now. Can you hear them?
Hear who?
In New London, a mother walks her son to school, hand in hand.
Look. A mechanic just fixed a customer's hover bike in New Salzburg. And a restaurateur just watered down his customer's soup in New Thalys. You cheap scuff. I'm definitely never eating there. Open your eyes. Lysa, you left this world. All children do that. But a mother is still a mother. This is a music box. It lost its outer shell centuries ago.
Now every surface becomes its own sounding board, but it's still the same music box. Now it's yours.
I can't accept it.
It's to remind you not to try so hard to become someone else. We are ourselves, wherever we are. We're all children of the earth.
That's the meaning of my work. To make sure we never forget who we really are.
was that?
One of the old excavations used to search for water. There are many beneath the city. We're almost there. Unfortunately, we've never found water beneath the city. All of Neoataria depends on the mothers for water.
What does it mean that you're completely dependent on the mothers for water?
You'll find out soon enough. Here we are.
What are those floating things?
Those are the mothers, dancing above their city.
Aliens who chased us from our home.
The desertification began before they arrived.
But they're not doing anything to bring us back.
What a shame. You Martians are terraforming experts. You could give us a hand. I'm ready. Let's go.
Do you have contact with the mothers?
They have their city, and we have ours.
Has anyone ever tried to cross the lake?
They tried, but reaching the other side is impossible. A strange current always pulls you back.
What do we do now?
First, we need to report your arrival to the prefect. Then we'll go to the spaceport and find you a flight. But first, come with me. I have to meet some clients. This is Neoataria's main market. Much of the trading takes place here.
Zahra! My desert flower!
I have something special for you.
You've brought some interesting company this time. Are they Orbitials?
Miss Lysa from the asteroid belt, and Mr. Holt and Mr. Kirsch from Mars. They're coming to dinner to my home tonight. Do you have anything special?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I feel like I'm causing too much trouble. I really don't want to be a burden.
It's really not necessary. We can manage on our own and find somewhere to stay. You've already done enough for us. I feel like we're asked too much.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I feel like I'm causing too much trouble. I really don't want to be a
We can
burden.
manage on our own and find somewhere to stay. You've already
Just
done
a
enough
moment.
for us. I feel like we're asking too much. We'll manage on our own.
Is that what you meant when you said Neoataria was completely dependent on the mothers for water? Are the rains they bring the city's only source of water?
It rains twice a day, for a few minutes, always at the same time. Every citizen is responsible for collecting their own water. That's why there are clocks everywhere.
But can't you use the lake water?
It contains compounds we've never been able to identify. It's water for the mothers, not for us.
But what if one day the mothers stopped making it rain?
We would have to abandon the city. There are no other sources of water. Some cities have them, but many depend on the mothers.
We are no longer the masters of our world.
We exploited our world until it could no longer sustain us. But let's go. We still have a lot to do. Oh, I almost forgot. After dinner, you'll be staying at my place.
Looking for something?
When did you know?
I knew it from the very beginning. One of my dreams has always been to visit the solar system. Because of my work, I've collected quite a few books on astrophysics over the years, and I've read every one of them. If a meteorite had caused that damage to the console, it would have punched through the hull, or ricocheted off the bulkhead and landed on the floor. There were no holes in the bulkheads, and no rocks on the floor.
Zahra?
That wasn't definitive proof. Kirsch could have manipulated the instruments.
Mechanics are only taught the basics. They're like electricians. If I told Kirsch the moon was made of cheese, he'd probably believe me.
But then, at the funeral, you barely looked at your friends. You couldn't take your eyes off my excavator.
So, you locked it with a password. It seemed like the perfect chance. Nobody was supposed to get hurt.
It seemed like the perfect opportunity. The trip to New Shursville, the captain busy loading Dr. Salmus's discoveries. I even had contacts on the local black market to get hold of an excavator. But the captain noticed the weight wasn't right. He started checking, and that's how he found it.
Found what?
This.
What is that?
So you don't know everything. It's a 25 kiloton nuclear device. I'll use your excavator to plant it under the City of Mothers and detonate it right under their gelatinous asses.
You're insane. You have no idea how they'll react.
And you have no idea what it's like out there. Mars and Ginomea will be at war soon. We're still out there, killing each other, while those creatures remain completely indifferent. And if they attacked us, all the better. Maybe humanity would finally stand united. Better to die fighting a common enemy than to go on senselessly killing one another.
And what did Dr. Solis have to do with all this?
I had to improvise. Dr. Solis was never part of the plan. He was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, it seems the situation has changed. Drop it.
What did you do to her?
I only damaged the exoskeleton. She'll survive. The rest depends on whether someone like her can survive this gravity.
Now you're going to remove the password from the excavator.
Never.
What a shame. This gives us a lot of free time. I wonder how long it would last if I sat on it. So, are you gonna cooperate? Or shall we find out how loud she can scream?
I heard you were leaving, and I followed you. I'm sorry. Now you're trapped here because of me. I'm sorry. I lost control. I should have kept myself together. You could have escaped.
I won't leave you alone, and he knows it. But when he plants the bomb, he may let his guard down. Then I might be able to override my hoverbike's ignition.
There's nothing. Nothing for miles. In any direction.
Now what? Where are you planning on putting your bomb?
No. It's an excavation. The mothers are digging under their city. 2 mothers are coming this way. Get on the trailer and don't say a word!
What have you done?
Thank you for everything.
If you ever come to Mars, come visit me. I'd be happy to introduce you to my wife and children.
May the waters of the mothers always be with you.
Thanks for the data from your excavator. Between that data and my observations, the scientific community is going to lose its mind.
You're going to be famous.
I'll be a star.
Zahra. Why are the mothers digging beneath their city?
I don't know. May the waters of the mothers always be with you.
Ho visto giganti cadere in silenzio, ho visto le stelle spezzarsi nel vento, ma sotto ogni frattura respira la storia e dentro la cenere resiste la gloria. Sento il vento salire fossimo ombre. Troverò ciò che resta, troverò la via perduta, ogni reliquia accende una strada affinché domani torni la nostra casa. Troverò oltre il silenzio, troverò oltre la polvere tra gli astri caduti e il ferro del tempo. Rinasce qui il destino dell'uomo.